Last September, the climax of the Open Championship, and the Mantas were dominating. They were victorious on all the tarmac rallies and heading for another 1-2 here on the Isle of Man. And this was a final round that also highlighted the rivalry between Russell Brooks and Jimmy McRae. Brooks overhauling McRae in the closing stages to take the 1985 Open title. 5 months since Russell Brooks took that title, and how the scene has changed. After the sunshine and tarmac of the Isle of Man, these are the snow-covered North Yorkshire moors, venue for the National Breakdown Rally, round 1 of the 1986 Shell Oil's British Open Championship. Forest stages, sheet ice covered in deep snow, a really supreme test for the drivers and a virtually impossible task for the organisers as well. And the lineups have changed quite considerably. After the Manta domination of 1985, we've now got the four-wheel drive supercars and some superstar drivers. None greater than the man who won the World Rally Championship in 1983 and the British Open in 1978. Finland's Hannu Mikkola, challenging for the title again, driving for the Audi Sport UK team. His car, the powerful Quattro Sport. And everyone at the start at Bradford was saying Mikkola would really relish the conditions.
Flag rises, Hannu Mikkola and Arnie Hertz have officially started.
I don't think it will suit anybody because you don't really see under the snow if it's icy or not, and it will be very, very difficult.
There was a big change for the man in the Manta who'd come so close to taking the championship last year. Scotland's Jimmy McRae was challenging for his 4th title, but for him, a radical change of machinery. The MG Metro 6R4 would give him 4-wheel drive and 400 horsepower, but it was speed and potential that really needed to be handled with care.
It's a new team, it's a new car, it's a new ball game for me, so I think we just take it very easy and find our feet.
The new championship was also giving a great opportunity to some of British rallying's brightest potential. 26-year-old David Llewellyn, a one-time farmer from West Wales, was national champion in 1984 and a solid performer in the Quattro last season. For him, also a 6R4 to show whether talent and enthusiasm could be a match for the experience of Mikkola.
Hannu's such an experienced man. I think that, you know, he could drive a wheelbarrow quickly. You know, that's what I'm up against, is the experience.
There was the car that won the 1985 World Rally Championship, the 4-wheel drive Peugeot 205. Once again, it was in the hands of Finland's Mikael Sundström. 27 years old, Sundström has a reputation for being very fast indeed. Speed not always matched by 100% concentration. His car had been rebuilt after crashing out of the RAC Rally when Sundström was lying an impressive 4th. The team have stayed loyal to the great talent that Sundström has shown, but are now looking for results instead of repair bills. And there was more British potential in the shape of the reigning national champion Mark Lovell, who drove an Escort Turbo in last year's Open Championship. Lovell, 26 years old, has got experience of a whole range of cars, but his drive for 1986 is the most exciting yet. The Ford RS200, the car we saw take 3rd place on its debut on the Swedish Rally, and a great contrast to anything that Lovell's driven before.
The performance of the car is probably 3 times better than what I've driven before, but we won't be able to use it properly this weekend, so it won't be too much different from struggling around last year.
But some things never change. Reigning Open champion Russell Brooks back with the Manta. But even Brooks has his eyes firmly on 4-wheel drive, a priority for the season being to develop Vauxhall Opel's new Cadet 4S. In the meantime, it's the 2-wheel drive Manta, a car in which he took 2nd place on last year's rally, but no advantages this year.
Obviously, we've got a terrible disadvantage. We're only 2-wheel drive, and I think we have a job to even stay ahead of some of the front-wheel drive cars.
The first 3 stages, starting late at night in the snow and ice, graphically showed where the advantages lay. This is 4-wheel drive in the hands of Hannu Mikkola. Now rear-wheel drive, Russell Brooks. And and front-wheel drive, Andrew Wood in the Astra GTE. So the rally underway in the bleakest of conditions. It's now the small hours of Saturday morning, the first service area high above Sutton Bank. And the service crews are waiting rather tensely here to see what kind of trouble their drivers have hit in the first serious snowy forest stage. Forget the trouble out on the stages. Russell Brooks was even struggling with the Manta in the confines of the service area. Russell, even parking the thing is hard enough. Are your worst fears confirmed?
Yes, I mean, they're absolutely impossible conditions for a conventional car like this. I mean, I think even the front-wheel drive cars are doing better because they've got the engine over the driven wheels. We're something like 2 or 3 minutes down already in 3 stages.
What have been your worst moments?
No hairy moments as such, although the spectators did rush out to push us up a hill in Harwood. Fortunately, we got going before they arrived and they all fell over.
Michael Sundstrom in the Peugeot could also see the funny side of things, consistently fast and comfortably in the lead after the first 3 stages. What was the last forest stage like for you?
Oh, it was very slippery and plenty of snow, and we took it with care, so it was second fastest there, but we're still in lead, so no problem.
Well, I think you're enjoying the conditions a bit, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
Llewellyn in the Metro was also going well, up to second after making a bad start.
We had a bit of a moment on the first stage when I hit one of these little solid park benches which spent all the tracking out on the back. But it's going well now. The car's going well.
What are you learning about the car as you're going along?
Keep it out of the snow, because once you touch the snow on the edge of the road, it just pulls you in. I'm sure it's the same for everybody.
Mark Lovell in the RS200 had been second fastest on the first stage. 2 stages later he was 10th, but no cause for alarm.
Well, we started off quite well on stage 1, and from there on in we've just been trying some tyres. We nearly got the right mix now, so a few more stages to go and we might have the right ones.
You were saying earlier that you thought it might be a bit slushy rather than Arctic. I think you might have changed your mind now, eh?
Oh, it's very, very snowy. There's quite a bit of deep snow lying on the road, which is good in a way because it's better than having ice. So if we get the right tyres and we can cut into the snow, we'll be away.
Fastest on stage 2 was John Haugland in the Skoda, but as the cars headed off into the rest of the night stages, more bad weather wasn't far away. The next morning looks fine enough, but a further 6 inches of snow had fallen overnight. Stages were being cancelled, roads were blocked. It was all turning into a nightmare for the rally controllers.
Roger, Medic 10, we've got a 4-wheel drive vehicle awaiting at the start for further information, and he's going to go through over. Thank you for the information, Medic 10. Car control standby.